Eventually, every guitarist gets interested in adding a finger style to their playing. And it's just nice. It gives you a little bit of a different sound, a little bit of a different approach to arpeggiating a chord, which is to say, playing the notes of a chord. One of the favorite styles to learn is Travis picking. Now, Travis picking sounds like it should be some just simple idea with not much to it, but that's just not the case. Travis picking can be very, very complicated with a lot of different variations. And so what we're going to do is put together an idea that lets us, with just 10 minutes worth of effort a day for 10 days, get the basic idea of Travis picking. And we're going to cheat like crazy to get there. And it's the cheating that makes it easier for us. So the way we're going to start is just with a C chord. We all get the idea of a C chord. Not much to it. And when we move to our Travis picking style, we're going to differentiate between the groups of strings. So the 5th and the 4th string, those are our bass notes. The 2nd and the 3rd string, those are going to be our melody notes, if you like, our higher notes. And we're just going to pick a pattern, one single pattern, that we can use to start getting the independence of our thumbs and fingers working so we can start playing. And here's how we're going to do this. If we think about a bar of music, 4 beats, we could split that up to have 8 separate steps, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And in this particular approach, what we're going to do is just go 1 and, 2 and, 3, 4. So you notice we're not going to do anything fancy on the back end. Just the first 2 get a little fancified. So let's take a look at what we're going to do with this. We're going to pick the 2 outer strings that we're going to work on, which are of course the inner 4 strings. We pick them together. Okay, we're holding a C chord, so everything is covered perfectly. And that is our 1 count. 1. And then we are going to put the and in, and the and is going to be on the G string. We just pick the G string. Okay, so our 1 and goes as 1 and. Then we're going to do a 2 and the 2 and, we hit the 4th string and then the 2nd string. That's our pattern, because when we come back to what's left, which is the 3 and the 4 beat, we are going to hit string 5 and 4. So when we put this together, we have a nice pattern that's just going to repeat for every bar of music. Now this isn't very exciting music. This is to learn how to get a pattern down. So we're going to pick. And that's all we're going to repeat. And that is the pattern we're going to learn. Now, there's so much more to Travis picking than what we're doing here, but until you've developed that independence of your thumb and your fingers and your brain to start breaking this pattern down, there's no point in rushing and doing other pieces. Now, once we have this pattern down for our C chord, wouldn't it be nice if we could keep that pattern and not do anything else fancy? So we're not going to change the pattern of our picking, but we are going to change the chord. And getting used to changing the chord while finger picking is a big deal. It's going to take a little bit of time. This is why it's 10 minutes a day for 10 days. So one of the chords we could easily go to next is an A minor chord with the exact same picking pattern. And it sounds good. We can also cheat. Instead of using a bar chord F, which is what we might normally do, we're going to pick a little cheating F, where we just work between, again, the middle 4 strings, but we keep the same pattern. Now we have 3 chords. Now you can see we're building in the key of C, so this isn't going to apply to everything we could possibly do, although we could make it work in a lot of different places. Wouldn't it be nice if we could have the 5 chord of this key of C, which is a G, and still have it within the 4 middle keys? Well, we can. We're just going to take our F, we're going to slide it up. And now we've got a picking pattern and we've got 4 chords, more than enough to play music with. So all we have to do now is get used to how to make the pattern work, and then how to change chords while we're moving through the pattern. Notice I did a change to that G chord. That change to the G chord is the one we most likely normally do. And just like our Travis picking can become very complicated, instead of playing our G here, we try to play it here, we're going to pick different strings. So we're not going to follow that here, but this is sort of that introduction to the next level of these particular patterns. There is going to be pattern shifts in our picking hand that are going to let us play the different chord shapes anytime we want to. So we're not constrained, but for us, what we want to do is figure out how to get our Travis picking working in the simplest way we can. So just as a walkthrough again, we're going to play a C. We're going to play an A minor. F, a G. And so this gives us a very, very simple pattern that with very little work, 10 minutes a day for 10 days, this is going to work out. All we need to do is get that pattern down of how we run our picking hand and our basic chord shapes so we don't have to move off the middle four. And very, very quickly you're going to find Travis picking opens up for you. Once you've got this part of the exercise down and it's working, there's hundreds, maybe even thousands of videos out there that will show you how to do very complicated and extremely beautiful things with Travis picking. So hopefully you got the basic ideas from this, something to practice over some number of days, and it will open up an entirely new world for you to approach Travis picking just like all the experts do.